have a tarot reading tonight, and I want to read these cards to you. Just a little bit more insight. I always pull cards to get some extra guidance. And then I'm going to lead us just through a quick breathwork practice to help seal up our circle. I'll go a little bit farther with my 13 Moons members, but for now, for all those with the recording, let's go over the tarot cards. So for this particular moon, I pulled from the Tarot of the Divine. I feel like we had to pull from the deck with the big moon on it because it's Lunar New Year. But this is a deck that also has an accompanying book called Beneath the Moon. This is by Yoshi Yoshitano. And this particular deck is based on like tales and folklore myths from all around the world. But if you want the actual stories, the myths, the stories, the folklore, the tales, then get the book, because then as you pull the cards, you can read the stories that go along. You can also just Google these stories or internet research them. I don't know what you say these days. Google probably ages me, but look it up on the internet. Look up the stories of these cards if you'd like. I'm going to take a moment to take a deep breath just to ground in and center. And I want to take a moment to thank the tarot for being present in our circle tonight. Whatever messages they bring through, we hope that they are received and integrated in whatever way that best uplifts us to our next evolution. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. For our first card, past card, I pulled a reversed card, the Hermit. And I always see this as the Capricorn card. It's just how I see it whenever I see it. It's kind of this druid, which actually this is an Irish, Celtic Irish legend of the druid and the stag, if you do want to look that up. But this age of Capricorn, it's behind us now, right? It's in the past. We're moving into the age of Aquarius. We also just moved out of Capricorn season, and we've moved into Aquarius season. Different ways of thinking, less rigid in structure, less isolating, more about the collective, less about the self. Now, anytime we pull the Hermit, if it's upright, it's more about isolating ourselves, maybe doing some shadow work or going on more of a spiritual journey. Whenever we have it reversed, it's more about the reminder that we need to start integrating what we have learned from our spiritual pilgrimage, what we have gained from our shadow work. This is that integration of the gold from our past, the lessons that we have learned, the wisdom we have gained, even the education that we've started to receive, or whatever we've learned from a teacher or a guru. Now is the time to apply it. We can't always be in the spiritual work. We can't always be on the spiritual journey. You can't always be doing healing. Healing is not our only purpose in this life. Our purpose is to experience love and joy. And we can only do that if we start to integrate all of these lessons we've learned so that we don't have failures in the future. We don't have this sadness in the future, this disappointment, this letdown of expectation. Whatever comes along, we're better prepared and we're better able to handle it. I have been through, as I said in just a moment ago in the circle, I've had 5 pregnancy losses now. This 5th pregnancy loss that I just went through over the past month, I was much more prepared for it. I had gone through the journey alone, and I didn't want to go through the journey alone anymore. So I asked for support and I went public with what I was going through. I had learned how to migrate the journey with my body before, so I didn't have to worry or need a doctor or need help. I just knew what to do with my body, and I knew how my body was going to go through things. It's time to apply what we've learned so that we don't suffer anymore, and we can start to really move up into that more uplifted frequency that is the Aquarius goal. Also, it is the number 9 on this card, which I find is interesting because 2025, which we've just stepped into, is a 9 year, and 9 is about rebirth. 9 is about integration. 9 is about like taking the old and becoming the new. So perfect for our past card tonight. In the present, I pulled the Judgment card, and it's upright. And this is from the Chinese legend of the Monkey King. And this is, in my opinion, about Hanuman in Hinduism. But either way, judgment reminds us to let go of judgment. And again, I mentioned this is a time where it's like the beginning of the year, it's Lunar New Year, we're maybe in reflection, we're thinking about our shortcomings. Try not to judge that. Try to hold yourself in more grace right now. Try to believe in yourself that you have been through a lot and that everything is working out for your greater good, and that there's still so much gold on the horizon. There's so much like of a bright future ahead of you. Like this monkey, it's looking off into its bright future. So remind yourself that everything is a learning process. Every person is a lesson. Every experience has some sort of wisdom to gain and help you grow. Trust the process. Finally, I pulled another reversed card for our future, which I think is funny because, you know, the past was whack and crazy and chaotic, and our future is uncertain. And it's like the cards are just saying that now. But this is the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups, anytime it's upright, it's about not losing sight of what we have, like not focusing too far into the future or the goal to not realize what we have now. And as a reverse card, it's a protection message to say, hey, yes, you want all of these big dreams and these exciting things, and you want to become this new version of yourself. But can you just pause right now? Just take a sacred pause with this new moon and with this Lunar New Year, and really think about what's in front of you right now that you can be grateful for. What type of person are you right now that you accept and love and are excited that you've become? Just don't get too caught up in the future. Pay attention to right now, because we have to have that attitude of gratitude in order to have more to be grateful for in the future. The number 4 is symbolic of the heart chakra. It's also cups are the heart chakra, or like water element, or kind of like our heart's desires. It's a little bit of the sacral chakra as well, and what we want. So again, as you're thinking about all you desire and what you want and what you're trying to manifest, what you're trying to create out of your heart's desire, remember to also hold space in your heart for the here and the now and everything that can be loved and appreciated in the present. I really like these cards for our Lunar New Year. I think they're great. This is a new moon in Aquarius pull. I'm going to do a larger pull for the whole next 13 moons to give you more insight. That'll be a separate transmission. But for now, keep these cards in mind as you start to navigate these first steps into the lunar year, and just kind of remind yourself that you're always on a journey. You're always on this path of learning, and you're here having this human experience for a reason. Your soul chose it. And everything you've gone through is a soul contract predetermined by your soul before you came down here into this human experience. So be grateful for it. Thank you for that lesson I just learned. Be appreciative of everything you have right now. And I promise you, you're going to have such a golden future in the not so near future if you keep operating with this mindset. This is what I have for you tonight, loves. I hope that you have a blessed new moon, Lunar New Year, and Chinese New Year. Celebrate how far you've come. Get excited for where you're going. I'm excited to meet with us again on the full moon in Leo. I'm a Leo rising, so I always love that Leo energy. And I love what the Leo moon always brings to us at this beginning of the year in this first lunar cycle. It's always a really playful, creative time. It's a time to maybe get back into charge of our life if we let things go a little bit. It's also a time to just believe in ourselves and what we are capable of. So right now, take the time to dream, to daydream, to think about it, to maybe journal on it, to write it down, to vision board, do all those things that you do to help you acquire your dreams. And here in a couple of weeks, we'll check back in and see how you're doing with that domination of your life, really ruling with this alpha energy and making it all come true.